What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to GmiasWorld. Today we're going to be talking about a very interesting and delicate topic. Who are the best quarterbacks in Madden 20 right now? When you look at Michael Vick, if you guys watch my gameplays, every other game I want to rage sell him. And some of you guys are wondering, like, yo, what is he doing to, incite that type of rage? Well, typically what happens is this. He's a speed quarterback. Like, that's his thing. Like, he's a, you know what I'm saying? He's running around. He's doing weird stuff. He can make crazy, glitchy throws on the run. But ideally, he can't lead past the ball like a Troy Aikman, a Tom Brady. A lot of these other quarterbacks are very, very skilled in the way that they can put the ball where you want it. Now, in one of my most recent gameplays, you guys can go ahead and check it out, GmiasWorld Gaming right here on YouTube. You'll watch the full-length gameplay. You'll see that Vick can't lead past anything. All right, now, is it worth it for you to have a quarterback that can lead pass over having a quarterback that has the higher throw power? In my opinion, that's a yes. All right, and I'm learning that because as I look at it and I see more and more the defenses that these people play, what happens is you get a lot of cover 3 stock, right? So because you see a lot of cover 3 stock, you got to make a choice. Can you lead that pass inside, or can you lead it to the outside where you want that player to be? Can you do that? Now, let's take a look at some of the NFL 100 QBs. Keep in mind, Team of the Year quarterbacks are going to be out, but ideally, it doesn't really matter. And let me explain to you why. Take a look at the top quarterbacks that were really good this year. How many of them are going to be field generals and have a very, very good throw power? Not many. I don't think that it's going to be what you guys are going to think when it comes to that. Everybody's going to be a little bit different, but for the most part, you got Mahomes, you got Lamar Jackson, you got, Drew Brees, obviously. He couldn't throw the ball 1 yard. Like, the dude's arm is mad weak, especially, like, EA really, like, gyps him a lot, but ideally, Drew Brees is not known for, like, having a rocket arm. Let's just be fair about the situation. So even if you go Team of the Year with current players, we would have to be looking like maybe a Pro Bowl quarterback or something like that from the past or something. You would need something else in order to kind of justify what you're doing. Now, when you look at some of these other players, right, this guy has a strong arm archetype, right? So because he has that, he easily gets to 99 throw power. Now, I want to tell you this about 99 throw power. It's not created equal. What do I mean by that? Some people that have 99 throw power couldn't throw the ball anywhere in front of them. Like, they couldn't, bro, it's so stupid. Michael Vick with a 99 throw power, sometimes I try to bullet pass it where it needs to go and it doesn't go anywhere. And it's very, very stupid, but it's a random thing with the game. Game to game, you're going to get different things that's going to happen, and you just have to be willing to understand and deal with the fact that EA is going to do whatever they want to do to you. All right? So, with that being said, Tom Brady now. Some of you guys were asking, Gmias, what do you think about Tom Brady? What do you think about Peyton Manning? Well, Peyton Manning, he starts off being able to see the defense, but his 91 throw power is a deal breaker. All right, because he's probably going to go to 95. Now, with the way that it works out, because of his overall stats, he probably is one of the best. But I used him early when he first had his card that was the most feared, and something is up with his card, and I don't know if EA has fixed it. Joe Montaigne, aka Joe Montana, this dude right here, his throw power is just a joke. So it's not much you can really do with that. Yeah, I know he's a 49er, theme team, all that good stuff. It's just not worth it for me. But when you look at Tom Brady's like a whole different avenue, because he goes 93 with the power up, right? Then he gets the +3, okay? Because he gets one from John Madden coach, and he gets one from you just go deep, right? So look, because he gets all of that, he actually, even with that throw deep being the way that it is, he's probably going to be a glitchy card simply because he's a field general, like similar to what we had with Troy Aikman. He's just a better Troy Aikman. Now, this is what I can guarantee you. Troy Aikman, when he's released with his next card, is probably going to be one of the top cards. Now, with the way that this works, I'm going to show you something right now. The reason that I know all the things that I'm going to get from Brady is simply because if you go to the beginning of the game and you look at the type of archetypes that these players have, you'll be able to see what's happening. Now, I don't think they downgraded Brady, even though he's been playing like garbage for most of the time. Well, I don't want to say he's playing like garbage, but his team, he didn't have a lot of weapons around him, so his numbers are very, very bad. Can we go by? Okay, where's Tom Brady? Tom Brady should be here someplace. He better be. Devin McCourty, that's it? Okay, there he goes. So look, you see all this stuff that he has. He's gonna get that pocket lead is something that's very, very good. Hot route master, I don't really care about too much. Conductor is huge as well. But it's very, very, it's ideal because what I'm starting to think about right now is that with run commit being added to the game, you really need to be able to do a lot of different things. So you actually really do need to be able to pass the ball. Not only that, you have to be able to lead. And I know he's going to get that with that card. In addition to protected and other stuff like that, we would just have to figure what we want to do with our cards. You know what I'm saying? Because even if you play somebody that has a running quarterback, there's many different ways to like kind of keep that guy in the pocket, spies, blitz everybody, etc., etc. There's really no like ideal way to stop the pocket lead. Like if you've played against the pocket lead, it's very, very annoying because I think they fixed it since it's been released. You can do a lot with it. So with that being said, what I'm thinking is Michael Vick might be a guy that has to go. All right. Depending on how you guys want to approach it, I think Tom Brady might be one of the better players that are available that we can use in that situation, because to be able to run the ball a little bit and, slide, a broken play, or if every play you want to run outside the pocket and throw it like an idiot, it starts to get stupid after a while if you get somebody that really knows how to contain it. But for the most part, you can win a lot of games doing it. Ideally, running the ball and passing it when you need to is going to get you a lot more wins. So that's what we need to focus on. We don't need to focus too much on the running around, because I've been getting some feedback from a lot of you guys, and even though it's cool to like run around and do whatever, many of you guys have already rage sold Mike Vick and gone back to Mahomes or somebody else that can actually throw the ball a lot more accurately. That's what my major issue is, in this situation, is the fact that he just can't throw the ball accurately. Michael Vick has an issue with getting the ball out properly, and that really costs you games. So with that being said, the best QB, like right now, you can't. Patrick Mahomes gets the escape artist. He gets all that stuff, dead-eye, dashing dead-eye and stuff, but he still doesn't tickle my fancy the right way. You know what I'm saying? Like, does he really tickle it though? I don't know if he does. But with it's very, very difficult. It's a very, very difficult thing because he doesn't have the lead pass, but his deep throw, he can really throw the ball very, very accurately deep. It's just the fact that he doesn't have the lead pass. And some of you guys are probably like, yo, Gmias, you keep saying this lead pass thing. This is what happens, right? I can't, what Madden was that? Was that Madden 12? Let me know in the comments how many of you guys played Madden 12. In Madden 12, the fade route, you were able to lead pass it like inside crazy and, pretty much dominate your opponent if they played certain zones. If they weren't really like in man coverage or inside zone, you would be able to throw it right to the inside. But you needed to have additional players on the inside in the purple or whatever to kind of counteract the inside throw. These field generals can do that with no problem at all. They can literally sit in the pocket and dot it to the inside. Like if you lead it, it will go where you point it. Patrick Mahomes, I can't remember if he was a guy that can do that. You know what I'm saying? Where you can actually, like, even without the actual ability, like lead it. But he threw very, very accurate throws. So with that being said, it was a very, very beautiful thing to actually see it happen. So he's one of the top QBs, but he's not somebody that's really, really safe for me as far as if I wanted to come out and just lead past the ball. Now, remember, in certain cases with this game, when you hike the ball and you try to throw it to the inside, they'll let you throw the pick right to the defender. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of different things that you guys have to gauge when you're looking at this. It's not as like, black and white as a lot of you guys are thinking. Drew Brees is just out of the question, because the dude couldn't throw the ball 1 yard. You know what I'm saying? Like, they really be treating him bad in this game. That's like, if I'm one of these dudes from the 504, I'm very upset about it. The dude's garbage. You know what I'm saying? John Elway gets that 99 throw power relatively easy, so it's good to go with that. I actually like the way from what I've seen. Everybody's buying up the Deshaun Watson because people are thinking that he's going to get a series. With the next series, he'll get a power-up, which will make him the best card in the game. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, that's a huge factor. Okay, he's going to go right now for me. He would go with the same thing with Tom Brady with a power-up. 96 throw power. He has the speed, but he doesn't have, I don't think he's going to get lead pass elite. Okay, so you got to really make a choice. The one thing that I'll explain again, and I want you guys to get it through your head, even with like Danny Dimes, I don't know if he doesn't have a power-up, so I can't do nothing with him, but he has that field general. All right, so he might be a guy that can actually lead past the ball where it needs to go. This is something that I'm going to have to really sit back and realize, like, yo, can I do this? Is this smart for me to do it? And I'm going to have to make a decision on it. But I'm just sharing it with you guys because you guys want to know, who's the best QB, like what's going on. Like let us know, Gmias, rank him. I'm telling you right now, Troy Aikman, that dude, he made some unbelievable throws. But at the same time, it was something about him, like he couldn't move, bro. The dude, he was running around like he had cinder blocks in his pants. He couldn't move. That was a major issue. So that's where I'm like my hands are tied. Because if I go with Tom Brady, obviously Tom Brady can't move. You know what I'm saying? Like the dude is not like, he's not running anywhere. He's going to be right there and you're going to sack him. But he does come with protected. Okay, now I don't know if it works as much as people are saying it does. Allegedly, it works with the run game. It makes the guys, really block OP. But I haven't played, out of the last 30 games that I've played, I haven't seen Tom Brady once. So people are not looking at it as a, something that's that OP to actually use him. So I don't really want to put it out there like it's that OP. But he is a field general with pass lead elite. And he should have that with the pass lead extended range. So he should be able to do those things. I just don't think people understand how glitchy it actually is. You know what I'm saying? Like that's pretty much what it is, because I haven't actually used them yet. But I will tell you this, having conductor and being able to set up a couple routes before you get to the line of scrimmage with him is a very, very huge factor in a determining situation that makes him one of the top QBs in the game. If you guys understand, when I went on that Troy Aikman spree and I was just winning so many games, the reasoning behind that was primarily conductor. Because you come out, you set 2 routes, and if you have the hot route master, it's a wrap. Because you put somebody on the post, you put somebody doing some weird stuff, it's not really, your opponent can't really do much. So having that is a very, very good thing. It's just the fact of, are you going to be willing to sacrifice the speed and just know that if they play coverage, you can't go anywhere. You just got to sit there and wait to get sacked. That's ideally what it is with Tom Brady. Danny Dimes, like I said, he's another field general. Peyton Manning, I would stay away from because I just don't think that he's a good enough card. Just overall, like the way, it's something that EA does to him that makes him play very, very ridiculous. And other than him being able to start the game off and see like where your user is, it doesn't really matter. Now, you can look at Michael Vick's price. It's starting to go back up a little bit. Always remember this, though. With the way the game is designed, it will be changed and altered throughout the rest of the year. So I don't know if they're going to continue to work on the pass lead and make it even more OP like they should have. Like pretty much if you're willing to get a slower quarterback, you should have a major benefit from that. You should be able to lead past that ball inside and do those things that I'm describing like in Madden 12. But for some reason, EA doesn't allow that to happen. Like it's a little bit more led, but you can't really lead it. And that's one of the major reasons why I really want to go after Tom Brady. Like just to let you guys know, because if you can do that, you can really change the game. And again, with the most recent game that I played, the full gameplay is available on GmiasWorld Gaming on YouTube. I tried to lead past the ball to the inside to Randy Moss. He was running by himself in the middle, and Michael Vick threw the ball straight. So it is accurate because he doesn't have the archetype to do it, but it's also stupid that you get no lead pass because I held down like right to the left like so hard, and the dude just threw the ball straight. That's a major factor. And the only way that it really benefits you to have these quarterbacks is to be able to use escape artists, run outside the pocket, throw the ball on the run, and it'd be an accurate pass on the post. Like that's pretty much what it is. So that's what you would be sacrificing because your players don't get open if you don't run outside the pocket. You see, like unless they're just so wide open on the post, like at the snap, and they beat the coverage, you really have to be able to move outside the pocket in order to throw the ball in this game. Like that's like a given that you need to know, else you're going to lose a lot of games. So with him right here, we do have a lot of different things we could do. We just have to accept the fact that there is absolutely zero lead pass with this guy. So if you're trying to direct it, you're more than likely going to have the player on the post. If he's on a streak, you can't alter to which side you throw the ball, which is a very, very huge problem that I have an issue with. Which is why, like I said, when I raid sell Troy Aikman, I kept going back and forth to him, back and forth, because he was able to do that for me. He was able to actually logically throw the ball exactly where I wanted it when I lead passed. And that's just something that I'm dealing with Michael Vick. So I'm going to have to make a sacrifice with it. But overall, I would say that if you use escape artists and you get your players open by running outside the pocket, the mobile quarterbacks are the best QBs in the game. But ideally, for me still, Troy Aikman is still one of the top QBs. And he's not even ranked, like he's like a 92 or something. Like I said, Pat Mahomes is another guy, escape artist, dashing deadeye, which is key factors into you winning games. I wouldn't go back to him though, because I know already offhand from using him that he can't lead pass. John Elway, I'm not sure. He's a strong arm archetype, so he probably could get the ball down the field with no lead pass. Drew Brees, field general, so he probably could lead pass very well. His arm strength is really disgusting though. with this right here, another field general, another arm strength problem. So it's very, very delicate, man. Ideally, I think that more than likely what we're going to have to continue to do is just simply run outside the pocket and throw dots, man. Like, that's pretty much what Madden 20 is forcing us to do in this game, and it's primarily run the ball when you need to. Well, for the most part, just run the ball. After that, you got to have a quarterback that can run outside the pocket and throw dots. That's ideally what it's come to, and what we're gonna have to do more. You could see people buying up Deshaun Watson because they're expecting the power up situation. But again, it is what it is. That's my preference for it. If you're a beginner starting out, I would probably say you'll be more safe with a player that can get escape artist and dashing deadeye. If you're a veteran, it's your choice, like mine. We could stay with Michael Vick, or we can go to like Tom Brady or somebody that's a field general and be able to give us that extra boost of throwing the ball, leading it inside, and actually seeing the ball be thrown inside where you want it. We got to figure out how we're going to work it, but we don't pass the ball that much anyway, so it's not that big of a deal. I'm going to see you guys and girls next time. Let me know what you're thinking. Until next time, one love.